Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Karulisa binti Muhyiddin, matric number F19B0329. I would like to present about my industrial training at Food Safety and Quality Division. For introduction, the Food Safety and Quality Division is one of the programs under the Director General of Health and Ministry of Health Malaysia. The Food Safety and Quality Division was created to protect the public from health hazards and fraud in the preparation, sale, and storage of food. The vision is a leader of national food safety and quality control. The mission is to strengthen food safety and quality control along the food supply chain through joint accountability with stakeholders to ensure the people get safe and quality food. This division has been known as the Food Quality Control Unit since its inception in 1974. The Food Quality Control Division was renamed the Food Safety and Quality Division in September 2004. On July 1, 2010, this division was elevated to the status of program, overseen by a senior director and two divisional directors. This is the organization chart is about the Food Safety and Quality Unit District Health Office Jassi. For the organization services, the services that offered by this organization are: first is export certificate. A health certificate is required by some importing nation and must refer to the regulation of the importing country. The issuance of health certificate can verify that food and food contact material meet the standard established, as well as the safety of exported food. Next is food import. Information about the importation of food under the control of the Food Act 1983. For this certification, Food Safety Guarantee Program (PKJM), HACCP, GMP, MESTI, My Catering Trust certification, and My Food Tech registration. Next is licensing. Packaged drinking water and natural mineral water licensing. Other than that, licensing for ice preparation and water vending machine licensing. Next is best recognition, known as clean, safe, and healthy. The type of premises in the best category are food court, institutional kitchens, and canteens. Next is a food handler training school, SLPM accreditation. Mandatory course for teaching staff, teacher recognition, and list of schools. Next is registration of food premises. Food premises registration for manufacturers, caterers, outlets, and food truck. Next is home-based food, which is guidelines for food safety in the context of home preparation, basic element of hygiene and control in food preparation involving facilities and environment, selection of raw material, processing, packaging, labeling, and distribution of food must be implemented effectively. Next is food labeling review. Food labeling advisory service process and food labeling review to the FOSIM system, ensuring that the preparation of home-based cooked food for sale complies with the cleanliness and food safety standard. The summary of industrial training activities. I have done my internship at Food Safety and Quality Division, BKKM Jasin, Melaka. Mr. Wafi was my supervisor and I learned a lot from him. He taught me how to check the label of the product, how to key in data in the FOSIM system, and how to call the company to set an audit. Besides that, I will follow him to the audit company to renew MESTI and GMP. After the audit company, I need to do the report and key in the FOSIM system. Then Mr. Wafi will approve and submit the report. Furthermore, I was given a task to complete BEST documentation for every company that applied for the BEST. Completed the documentation of renewal of water vending machine. Other than that, I follow the health inspector for operasi sekolah, bazar Ramadan, restaurant and breakfast operation. In this operation, they will check the cleanliness of the place, check certification of food handlers and typhoid injection. Involved in Operation Raya Lux and Sita. In this operation, we need to check the label of the product, expiry date and dented can. Besides that, I follow the health officer also for the audit company, and normally the corrective action of the company is if the floor was wet in the processing area, the arrangement of the box divides from the predetermined distance. And I also follow an officers to submit a sample of food that were taken and needed to submit before in 24 hours at the sample counter, food section Sungai Buloh. I also participated in training for the Food Analyse Act of 2011 and the Food Analyse Regulation of 2013. And I also participate in training of food poisoning. Participate in the certification workshop mesti, participated in training sampling, participated in hazard talk, and I also involved in celebration of World Tuberculosis Day and involved in program Germ Buster, and also involved as a secretariat in manual development workshop and certification briefing mesti, and also host the state level launch of the World Food Safety Day in Melaka. For the technical report, the project given by my supervisor for me are Bersih Selamat and Sihat BEST, Audit Mesti and Water Vending Machine MGA. For the BEST assignment, I need to complete all the documentation needed and after that continue with the final report. For the Audit Mesti, I need to follow the supervisor as auditor and need to do a report. Lastly, for the water vending machine, I need to do documentation and key in data and also print out the documentation needed. For BEST, first is monitoring activities carried out in food premises that have been acquired, best recognition to ensure all the best recognition requirement maintained. Next is renewal. Accreditation process for food premises will end validity period of best recognition. Next is applicant, is the owner, operator or representative of a premise. Next is food premise. Any food premises or premises that other than a food factory cover premises where food is prepared, processed, stored and served for sale, engaged in mass category or vehicle that sell ready to eat food. Next is food handler training (LPM). Food hygiene and safety training conducted by the Food Handling Training School (SLPM), recognized by the Ministry of Health. Second is audit mesti. Food safety is the responsibility of the industry mesti. A minimum food safety assurance program to control processing operation in food manufacturing premises. Audit is an assessment based on evidence that is conducted independently and systematically by trained auditors to identify whether the mesti element and the relevant result obtained meet the planning and whether these are implemented effectively and appropriately in order to achieve the objective of food safety. Next is follow-up audit. This is inspection carried out within 3 months of the assessment audit. For certification purpose, all non-conformance must be closed out within the period stipulated before approval for mesti certificate is granted. Next is validity period, which is the validity period of mesti certification is 3 years. Next is a final report. The final report will be prepared by the auditor and should include audit form, the verified processing flowchart, the corrective action request form, photographic evidence of the non-conformance that has been corrected, as well as the relevant supporting document. Third is water vending machine, MGA. Is a self-service machine that when inserted coin, tokens, or through any other means will automatically release water for drinking or other use. Water from a water vending machine. Water that is issued from water vending machine and complies with the standard according to the second schedule 25 food regulations. Next is adequacy audit. Adequacy audit is a review activity of the safety control manual for ensure that the manual includes all elements in the application guidelines license. Next is vending machine verification. Involves audit activities and evidence-based inspection carried out in the field independently and systematically, done by trained members to identify compliance on food safety element and activity based on the requirement of the Food Act 1983, Food Regulation 1985, and Food Hygiene Regulation 2009. Next is sampling. Sampling carried out by authorized officer of the Food Act 1983, Ministry held measure on water from water vending machine for the purpose of license approval, monitoring KKM, or at the any time as needed. Next is license revocation. There is an application to cancel the license voluntarily from the license in writing. The license changes the location of the water vending machine that has been approved without informing the PKD, PKB, or PKK. Next is water supply. Water supply is from an approved public water supply source. Water supply is safe and sufficient. The water supply system needs to be designed perfectly to avoid pollution and backflow. And next is operational control. Monthly monitoring should be carried out on the final product for color, smell, and taste parameters every month. In conclusion, practical at the Food Safety and Quality Division BKKM was the greatest experience that I ever had. Even in the beginning, industrial training was a tough and hard time for me because of choose the wrong company to do my industrial training. But after transferring industrial training at BKKM, I feel so thankful and blessed because I was surrounded with positive and supportive people. In BKKM, I was involved with an audit company, school Operation Raya Lak and Sita, and was involved in taking sample of food. Besides that, I also participated in training talk workshop provided throughout the industrial training period. Furthermore, I was given a task to complete the documentation of best water vending machine and audit reports. Other than that, I gained new experience here by host the state level launch of the World Food Safety Day in Malacca. I'm thankful that my supervisor thought and trusted me by giving me a chance to host the program. Every day of my industrial training, I learned something new, which helped me enhance my thinking skills and boost my confidence. Lastly, I would like to thank for this great experience and knowledge given. For suggestion for industrial training program, faculty should give suggestion and a list of companies that students can apply for the internship. This may help students to avoid unnecessary problems. Next is a suggestion for organization. Organization should provide an allowance to students. This will help students with their living expenses while doing the practical. And next is suggestions for myself. This to strengthen my leadership skill and improve my decision making skills. To my F21 juniors, don't be afraid to make decisions. You cannot make progress without making decisions. For one memorable photo at industry, this photo was taken on the last day of industrial training with my supervisor, and one memorable photo at UMK Jeli. This photo was taken at SBF dinner on December 19, 2022.